Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.
Kwame, must start from this whole controversy or hullabaloo about Bibia was a finance minister. Wako candidate. I'm the Sami I stress in Waha. In Bibia, as a student of parliamentary history, may research a lot into parliamentary history. I am very, very careful when it comes to these things, Kwame. Indeed, in the Danofana there on social media, this matter was all over the place. And the place Sami has emphasized it. In the Dan, let me put in a request for a copy of the Hansard.
Okay.
Me put in request quite late. Matadon ye ready, but minimum ways and means bia Mesabaka at least church mercy.
Yeah.
Some draft copy.
You mean interceptions?
Any moment from now, Mesabaka at least a draft of the Hansard. In the meantime, maybe Sadama.
Winter.
Or they find out other questions. Or drive the Minister of Finance to Parliament, or a standard procedure. Member of Parliament be pose question.
Peace FM.
No speaker ho. Speaker be accept question. No accept time. Ma awo the appropriate minister no aba answer. Now mat there in this case, I'm the one Edward Derry. Minim whether you're NDC or MPP representative, but what is important is you're a member of Parliament. On the question was on basis of the cost of printing of the currency notes. Then there was another question on stabilization fund. What's Isaac Adongo? That question was in his name. So primarily, the finance minister had gone to deal with these things, but he chose to update the House on this COVID-19 matter. That's what it is. Sami is shaking his head. I'm telling you what is.
Pacho, I'll be phoning your table also, please.
It's the finance minister, of course, and it made sense in the sense that COVID-19, CCR, global effect, nationally, or affect the economy. He chose to add that to Nei. Now, attributions now war here to finance minister. I find it quite intriguing. It appears though you're more of an interpretation than the finance minister categorically could Parliament can there gun any $100 million CD equivalent to fight COVID-19.
One kind of
in contradiction to what the president had said. Isn't it?
One kind of sir. But talking about country.
Mr. Making.
Yeah.
Say the full complement of the proceedings yesterday as captured by Hansard. A lot of this controversy will be resolved. But at least former statement now minister the core Parliament in response to questions I know we be earlier. I'm the Sami made reference to no. Me will copy waha. Me me read once my proceed any further. Also, and I'm not reading the whole thing, just the relevant portions. Brief on coronavirus and financial sector cleanup. Me catchro.
Na COVID now.
Ibi kura kan Colonia.
That's right.
Kwame. Also, Mr. Speaker, permit me to use this opportunity to provide an update to this august House on the physical implications of the coronavirus, COVID-19, and the measures being implemented to pay depositors who had funds with the defunct MFIs and SNLs companies on coronavirus categorized. Also, Mr. Speaker, even though events of COVID-19 are still unfolding, Preliminary analysis undertaken by the Ministry of Finance shows that the COVID-19 will impact negatively on petroleum receipts due to the collapse of international crude oil prices, customs receipts, other receipts, expenditures, especially health-related, and financing conditions on the fiscal front. More generally, it is affecting tourism, travel, conferences, FDI, international trade, food and nutrition, and poverty reduction. Mr. Speaker, measures are being put in place to close a possible financing gap in the 2020 budget that could result from the impact of the coronavirus. These measures may include withdrawal from the Ghana Stabilization Fund, occasioned by anticipated shortfalls in annual budget funding amount. We will come to this August House to seek for the necessary approvals in due course. You know, the Professor Nanyene Kasano, or Hinti Puda, or suspect there.
That's Dr. Lord Mensah, yeah.
Yes. We are currently, this is the last paragraph I'm reading. We are currently, and that's I think the most relevant part, we are currently in discussion with the World Bank to tap into a $12 billion World Bank fast-track COVID-19 facility to help close the financing gap. In addition, we are discussing with the International Monetary Fund to assess part of the 100 billion facility.
10 billion,
made available by the IMF to address COVID-19 through the Rapid Credit Facility. We are also discussing with other multilateral and bilateral partners on potential assistance to close the financing gap. Kwame, from what I've heard, after this, there are supplementary questions and comments and things. I am told there are two forcing in his contribution. No raising issue there. He doesn't think that the Minister of Finance had given sufficient information on the $100 million thing. And why I say I'm looking for the Hansard is to see whether the minister commented on that aspect or not. Mr. Tuforsen, after the session, non-media, called a press conference and emphasized on that. That became his focal point. And of course, the media also took it out and projected it. And see, as far as, and this morning, my friend, the finance minister, let me do a disclosure. My friend, let me say, in Yama or Koduni, how does he explain? Kwame?
Yeah.
And I'm not taking his word 100%, even though I think he will not lie to me. But Hansard does not lie. Hansard is a true reflection of proceedings of the House. As a student of parliamentary history, I can tell you that. There, as far as he's concerned, he did not say there $100 million facility now president in city equivalent president directly, he has not told the House that Ghana is incapable of mobilizing that or the money is non-existent.
Palpable falsehood.
This the finance minister told me this morning. But as I said, this work or your work be a PCC. Fortunately, I've just got a message from my source at Hansard department there. Hansard, why you ready or a draft? My friend, my boy, Frank Apunsa. Frank, if you are listening, fast track, go and collect it. I need to read it. It's Kwame. The $100 million facility standing on its own, and our efforts to get money from World Bank and IMF, and don't forget we are members. I'm not until we be the Ghana government, especially the Akufo-Addo administration, so we will not have any relationship with IMF or World Bank. But this is now being input into our public discussions. going into an IMF program, different from your membership of the IMF, still would assistance from them. Article 4 consultations, continue from 1958. And Nkrumah signed on Ghana on to IMF. The programs na ya kumuna or the conditionalities na nyama banu or ye different from yankasa general membership of IMF that comes also with some support services. So that line should be drawn critically. Next, IMF has set up a rapid credit facility, and much noted the word rapid.
Rapid, yeah.
Which means that it has of an urgent and emergency nature. Into go through disbursements, applications and disbursements will not be subject to the traditional procedures. What I'm suggesting, the local initiative mobilization, IMF and World Bank on mutually exclusive. They complement each other. Say you were 100 million po kwame na ye kwa IMF na say yenya be some 20 million ye kwa World Bank yenya 50 million in them do boy ha.
Yeah.
Because for all you know, even the 100 million also dependent on how the threat dependent on how things develop.
Yeah.
And 100 million no cry to pale into insignificance or relative insignificance, if I should say. And just so I don't know why expand beyond a certain limit into 100 million no cry too much. Meanwhile, say you qualify niya kakrebi from IMF World Bank. Why? It helps us. You read the first paragraph to the minister. There's no doubt that the Ghanaian economy is going to have a challenge.
Yeah,
we are going to have a challenge, not just Ghanaian economy. The whole global economy, Nankasa, is going to go through a certain phase. Anticipate. So you were 100. Next year, why not? Next year, you get 100 and plus 40 be from somewhere, no, 140. Then we end up even using 60. Why not? Balance no or why? I don't see why this has even become an issue. So that we are now questioning the integrity of that presidential directive. We're so much in a hurry to make a judgment, and an adverse one. And it worries me. On that minister side, I think that more or less is a red herring, the interpretation that has been put on it. And it appears there it's actually been prepared for a particular effect, so as to create the conditions there. Look, these people, they are ill prepared or not prepared, and that we should not trust them. Look, lack of trust, if we generate that process, will affect all of us. Can the system be perfect? Can the leadership since Adi Breaky maybe is perfect? Can them? Because world and it's my teacher, my lecturer, my needs in last week, Kwame, your new friend.
Kwame Sapwensiedu.
Yes, he sent some of these things to me. In fact, I was a constant. If it's me missing the wall.
Since you all my education on the side.
I'm telling you, he's not that or a perfect too, but I think he's a dedicated Ghanaian patriot.
At least he knows his stuff.
He knows his stuff. And Osana did hear Kwame the Global Health Society index analysis finds no country is fully prepared for epidemics or pandemics.
Yeah.
Collectively, international preparedness is weak. Many countries do not show evidence of the health security capacities and capabilities that are needed to prevent, detect, and respond to significant infectious diseases outbreaks. They rate the whole world, indexing at 40.2.
Wow.
We rate Ghana 35.5. There was no country that was prepared, not even China.
No.
As I didn't break new respond.
Exactly.
On your easy, Kwame. Look, it is not easy. Football. My favorite I didn't say me religion. Blasphemy. Kwame. was started also one playing last week. Kaya Mekawa the football without spectatory. Now be spectators. Or you're lifeless.
Yeah, lifeless. There's no life.
But what try I don't know why if you were ban leagues, or ban competitions. Oh yes, step by
I'm
step.
sure if they were here, they would be criticized. Then Jordan said from the word go,
Yeah.
or they were banned.
It appears that the narrative is saying there, the very moment now yet see what China, that the Madzi way breaking, or then you shut down Ghana.
Ghana, that's right.
Lockdown. That's what I'm hearing. Maybe me too, I'm wrongly interpreting.
That's what
Possibly.
Forgiving. But Kwame, I get the impression, the feeling, that perhaps the way forward was from day one to shut down this country. Impose a state of emergency, curfew everywhere. Don't move. We require one room, na fama, no putting kosher. Now also kosher the other one.
That's right. Home for my go down as
Boys quarters no near lock one year the drivers now go hot near lock.
Yeah.
It's unrealistic. It's unrealistic. Whilst there could be gaps in your management procedures, no. Or you're unrealistic to think there you were ready-made solution from day one. Kwame now refer to some public emergency many document maybe. Look, Dama document it was launched by the Ghana government. Nyadama.
Yes.
It's dated 4th March 2020. I was at the public health emergency management structures at all levels, national, regional, district, have been activated and placed on high alert.
Exactly.
There are so many steps they took.
Yeah.
Purchases they did, Nengama.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting here to say there, no, you're fully. At that time, put a outbreak.
For me.
It's a
Don't cry.
Yes, phone. I'm part of our management time.
well, true. Nancha be our responses, Sammy. Don't be in a hurry. This responses. Of course. The tradition. Sammy, the tradition here is that you need 2 runs. It's the tradition. And Kwame cannot violate that thing now.
Are you saying it nicely or are you ordering me around? I'd like to know. I'd like to know when to activate my benevolent dictatorship.
One man portfolio.
For some of normal defense minister, but I mean benevolent dictator. I want to know if you are ordering me around, so I activate it. Very good. But could you chumba for some kind of email?
Okay, he can.
Also, an auntie of ours in a Cropon used to have problems pronouncing paracetamol. After calling paracetamus, paracetafos, and paraphysasos, amongst others, she finally settled on para. Tell Ojam Kweku Baako, if coronavirus is a mouthful, he should just say Koro. But this is a really interesting country we live in. We, the politicians, have made religious matters political. The president outlines common sense precautions on how not to get infected with a deadly disease, and some pastors choose to regard it. Others are calling on the president to exclude them from these common sense directives. What a country we live in. Kweku Chumbuafu. And Samson Yamiche has sent me the videos. It's unbelievable. They were worshipful. I'm a police phone call on the congregation just stood up and then actually raised their hands, one open arms. There in said defiance.
So Antichrist Father.
Huh? Okay, your conclusion.
Will be pika. I mean, Chamaka, the experts in the mid defer to, but Kakrana Mitumaka Namaka. Kwame.
Yes.
Inti finance minister Nadeno. President Kasawi, may assure me the minority for raise these issues or scanning fee or bar. That I found that question a bit of problematic. Your consolidated fund, your other funds. Yes, you were 100 million. Yes, we'll pick it from those places. More than the Parliament. What about Parliament? So a new appropriation. Obviously, you have to go to Parliament. But they are appropriate already. You don't want to go to Parliament. And there's a contingency fund. So governments are very powerful. And especially in an emergency situation like this, people would agree that, look, let's do this, even if you have to go and rectify it properly later in court, in the Parliament.
In Parliament.
Kodo Opun Kruma Mekai, the day after the president's directive, no, when this issue was raised by the minority, no, or can they look? Scanon Obifi 2 areas. Local consolidated fund, here internal mobilization, and then donor fund. Yes. So in actual fact, Finance Minister Kranye, the first government official to drop hint that some of the support I be seeking, external in terms of the funding. Apart from that, Kwame.
Yes.
63rd anniversary independence, President spoke on the matter. Yeah. Even gave some few directives. I'm the sense that why 2 broadcast to the nation.
Yes.
A corona 100 million. The Minister of Information and other stakeholder ministries, they've been holding meetings alongside with the professionals.
Exactly.
Also giving us all sorts of things. Now you say me ring via telephone via jingles.
Yeah.
They may not be state. I don't know.
I think the telcos.
Yes, but it's all part of it. This crisis is not exclusively for the state or government.
At all.
Former President Mahama intervened, and I have to be honest, his intervention was positive, as far as I'm concerned. Politics around it. No, you go for the substance, you go for the essence. The actual drift was like a call for national unity and combination to move forward on this matter. So I think his intervention was positive. Was a test, test where 199 and nobody. No, the contacts,
Yeah.
We discovered by 350.
Yeah.
That may not be the highest in the world, but
it is frightening.
Yes, but it also tells you that we are working.
Yes.
Whilst it's frightening, it also tells you are working. Because look, you can get a country, but it's even more dangerous, Kwame.
Yeah.
When you're under the illusion or delusion there, nothing has happened because there's still positive.
Talking about delusion, the guy that started Donald Trump said it was a hoax. Yeah. So they see what has happened to America.
Declaring days of prayer and emergency days.
Even the great America.
It means that if you are sloppy, you are never chill.
I don't know, yes, sloppiness.
But
so he was sloppy.
No.
Trump, I mean, even Republicans will agree that
religion side in there. And I'm not saying
okay.
I'm not too religious though. I believe in God. That's true. Allah exists and helps all of us. But I'm not very religious person.
But at least from our homes.
I didn't say
you are not very.
I'm not way. And it didn't start today.
All right, thank you.
There was a time I was actually even an atheist.
Wow. I'm happy.
Oh, yes.
I'm happy you found God later.
I hear you, and thanks for that.
Because sometimes,
Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.